Does my fly up? I gotta check all these things now. I posted so many videos where people are like, hey, your fly's down. Or like, hey, are you okay? Am I? Who could be sure? Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So we're talking about an Integrity Toys doll today. It was the 20th anniversary Fashion Royalty doll. And this doll came out before I was an Integrity Club? No. Before I was a W Club member. So I actually missed the pre-order and then just assumed I could never get her. I put myself on the wait list because I figured why the not. And about a year later, it feels like, because I joined the W Club back in last March, and it was pretty much right away that I put myself on the wait list. So about a year later, they contacted me and said they had some left. So I was able to get one. So if you're not familiar with Integrity Toys, they come in like a shipper. I already took the box out of the shipper, so this box comes in the shipper. And then there's another box inside the box. So these dolls kind of come in like 3 boxes. The interior box is always very nice, as you can imagine, because it's Integrity Toys. And also, if you're not familiar with Integrity Toys is kind of more of like a luxury, like high-end doll company, I should say. In my time being a W Club member for this past year, I have not seen them sell a doll that was cheaper than $160. So it's the kind of thing where like, if you're not willing to pay that kind of money for a doll, it's not even, there's no point in even like going to their website because it's just gonna make you sad. And I used to be that person who would stare at these dolls on the website and be like, I want them. But also, now I just spend the money because I don't care anymore, I guess. I don't know. So this is like the box that she comes in this way. And then let's open her up. And there she is. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So this doll is extremely elaborate. There's a lot going on here. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So Integrity Toys dolls, when you get them, there's always like the doll is in this sort of kind of box. The box isn't always the same, but like it's the same concept, I guess. Like it's a nice box. And then they're kind of like strapped in. They're usually tied in with ribbons. And then this is their accessories. This is a little package of accessories. And then this is her flattened into the box. We're going to take her out and we're going to fluff her up and make her look real nice though. Let's look at the accessories first. I'm actually curious what's in here. There's her little shoes. I'll take these all out in a second. This is her little like crown tiara thing. This is actually metal. So if you've never had one of these dolls near you in person, everything that looks like metal is metal. And it has little pearls on it too. It's hard to see. I'll take it out in a minute, but that's actually metal. And then here is her jewelry. So there's a little pearl necklace that looks like a bracelet, I think earrings, and that's an actual ring. So these dolls do a lot of times come with like a literal ring that you can put on their fingers, which is very cool. And then she comes with additional hands. These look like they're for holding things. So if you're a doll photography, these dolls are always great because they always come with multiple hands so she can hold all kinds of stuff. And then these are gloved hands. So this is basically just open hands again, just like the ones she has on, but they have a glove. When Integrity does gloves, they like paint the hand and then do like a little rectangle of fabric. They're fine. These are very detailed though. There's even like a little bit of, I'll probably take, yeah, there we go. There's some details on them and stuff. They're fine. I'm not a huge fan of the way they do gloves. It's just not my favorite. I don't display any of their dolls with gloves on, but I understand they want it to look high end. They don't want to do the mitten thing. So it is what it is. So let's get her out of the box. I'm so excited. This doll, if anyone's wondering, so I believe this doll retailed at about $200. So this is not a cheap doll, not by any means. That's kind of usually my maximum for any given doll. It looks like she was made in an edition of, what is that, 3,121. So she's not super rare. Or no, wait, 3,151, sorry. Sorry, I'm reading it backwards. 3,151. So she's not super rare for an Integrity Toys doll. I have Integrity Toys dolls that I think were made in like editions of like 700, but they're not really as spectacular as this one is. So I think this one's going to be a little bit more sought after than most of the smaller edition ones. So this piece of the box just comes right out. And then on the back of the box, whoop, there's some paper in her dress that fell out. On the back of the box, there's some tape. I just touched the fabric for the first time and it just feels so nice. It feels so nice. I really can't tell you how much I love Integrity Toys dolls. Like, they're so good. They're so good. I mean, they're everything that I want from a doll, usually. This is one of those dolls where it's like, I feel like I should be wearing gloves when I handle her. Like, I don't think I should touch her with my bare hands. It's just everything about her is very, like, pristine and delicate. So they do come with doll stands. They come with really nice doll stands. One of them's hidden, the base is hidden back here. And then where is it? And then the other part is hidden over here. This is the stand. It has this acrylic base. It says FR for Fashion Royalty, which is the doll line that she's from. And then this is a saddle stand. I will say, I'm very apprehensive about a saddle stand on this doll in her giant gown. She'll slip and slide and move around because there's nothing really holding her legs together, if that makes sense. So when a doll is in a really tight skirt, or like a trumpet dress or something like that where her thighs are like held together, a lot of times it's a lot easier to put them on the saddle stand and not have an issue with it. Here are her shoes. They're pretty simple, honestly. These are pretty standard Integrity shoes. They're still incredible. I mean, what am I doing? Listen, it's very late. All right, so they're still incredible. The detail's incredible. This is all fabric on a plastic base. They literally make their shoes like they're a real shoe. They're very delicate. If you've watched my other Integrity videos, you've probably seen me break a shoe strap here and there, so be careful. This doll only came with one pair of shoes, so I have to be especially careful. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. After the Poppy Parker incident, when I ripped one of her shoe straps, I'm so afraid. So these shoes have actual straps on them and actual buckles, which means that I'm going to actually have to unbuckle them and rebuckle this tiny little shoe. Okay, that's as tight as I'm willing to go. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. These straps are so delicate and so tiny. They look like real earrings. Like, they look like real, genuine human earrings that you would buy at a jeweler. Why do I pay so much for Barbie when I could just get only these? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why do I pay such insane prices for Miss Barbara when instead I could just have, you know, what is her name? Oh my God, I didn't even look at her name. Okay, so by the way, this doll's name is Vanessa Perrin, which she is a regular Fashion Royalty character, I think. Forgive me, Integrity Toys people. I don't know the doll lines of Integrity that much. I'm aware of them. I'm familiar with them. I don't know all the characters. I have heard Vanessa Perrin's name before, so I'm assuming she's sort of a major character specifically in this line. I don't really know much about the Integrity Toys characters, though, to be honest. And the rings do actually go on like rings. She has 2 necklaces. Holy shit. The necklaces can be very difficult to take on and off, by the way. Just for anyone who's wondering, dressing and undressing these dolls is very difficult. So all of the closures in these items are real. They're all hook and eye things. They're all metal. So while it looks really nice and it feels really nice, it's very difficult, difficult dolls to dress and undress. So if you're not into that, if you don't like fussing with like really finicky little things, you're going to struggle with these. I'm kind of not into it, to be honest, but it's like the doll's worth it for me. So I understand why they would give her a saddle stand. I don't know how she's supposed to sit on this. She also does have fabric underwear, by the way, which is like, you're literally never going to see that. But that attention to detail is very much like the Integrity Toys brand. I mean, this feels like royalty. This feels bridal, regal. I meant regal, but I said bridal, but then I also meant bridal, so bridal. It feels a little bridal. A weird wedding, for sure. This isn't a wedding that I would be invited to, but very kind of bridal. I mean, okay, so let's go over a couple things. So these dolls almost always come with hairnets. I've never had one that didn't have a hairnet. The hairnet protects the style. There's usually a really intricate hairstyle on these dolls. This one's not too crazy. It looks like it's just pulled back into a braid and then into a bun. But still very pretty. I appreciate that the hairnet's there to protect it from getting unraveled, because I certainly can't do that. And then also, they come with knee protectors. So this actually protects their knee joints in shipping. I'm not sure if there's another purpose for these. I always take them off. I'm not going to be posing her. She's just going to be standing in this beautiful gown. So I actually don't need to take it off. And it'll probably help her stand on the saddle stand a little better that I don't take it off. Before I put her on the stand too, I just want to show her shoes now that they're on her. So these are her shoes. They're very pretty. They're very simple, but like, we're not going to see them. There's so much going on with this dress that I don't think anyone's going to see her shoes. I mean, I will say this dress is hemmed like immaculately, so you actually will see her shoes if you look very closely, but I don't think it'll be a problem. that they're kind of falling off her feet a little bit, but I'd rather them be falling off her feet than me break the strap trying to get them all the way on her feet. They've hemmed this dress perfectly so that you can actually see her shoes, that's impressive. That is a level of detail that you do not get in any Playline doll. Like, I've never seen that in a Playline doll. That's something I've pretty much only seen in like collector dolls, and specifically Integrity Toys dolls, where the hemline is like exactly where it needs to be. I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place. I'm so excited about this doll. It's just like, it's so surreal when you get something that you never thought you'd have. Because I fully was like, oh, I missed such a cool release. All right, so let's take a look at her real quick. So this is her with her little crown on. So there's her face. Integrity dolls' faces are so beautiful. I mean, like, to me, this is like it's such a beautiful aesthetic. It's kind of giving me like 2010s like smoky eye kind of vibe with the winged eyeliner, but it just works. It's like I get that that's what they're doing, but also it feels very timeless on this doll. She has this beautiful crown. Whoop. This beautiful crown. There are like little pearls in the crown. There's her eye makeup. She has these earrings. Let me fix that. The earring detail, I don't even know if my camera can pick it up. They look like real earrings. Like, they look like genuine human earrings scaled down to doll size. And then here is her necklace. Look at that. So this is two separate necklaces. One's a choker and then one's like a pearl necklace. A little teardrop pearl necklace. They look great next to each other though, since the choker has some pearls in it. And then look at the detail on the fabric real quick. So the fabric is multiple layers of fabric. There's sort of a sheer embroidered fabric over top of like a poly satin kind of thing, but a very nice poly satin. It feels like silk, but I know it's not, because these dolls, even at a $200 price point, you're not gonna get a silk dress on dolls. Like, that just doesn't happen. But it feels like silk for sure. Like, it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm like floored by this. So this is her without her cape thing on. But I think for me, the cape is really what sells it, honestly. Oh, I didn't show, hold on, before I do that. Let me show first off, the stitching on the doll's dress is so perfect. So she has these princess seams down the center that are so perfectly stitched. Everything about her, it's just perfectly sewn. It's so good. They did put this little tie in the back, probably to make sure the dress holds on correctly. I could probably clip that off and it would be fine. I probably should. I'm gonna clip it off just because I'm afraid it'll warp the fabric over time. Because it will. It definitely will. So let's take that off. Normally, I don't usually take things like that off of dolls if I'm fine with it, but this dress is too nice. This dress is too nice to let it warp the fabric. So yeah, so you can already see it was kind of pulling the fabric really close together, which was creating a little bit of tension. So you never want that for like a long period of time on any garment. Like, it will damage it. It'll take years, but like, it will damage it. So these dolls, for their articulation, they're articulated in the torso. They can do the tilt and everything. They have wrist articulation, elbow articulation, shoulder. Oh wait, no, she actually can't really tilt her head. She can just shake it. And then also they have hip joints. Okay, so they have a regular hip joint and then a knee joint. No ankle joints. So Integrity Toys sometimes will have ankle joints if they have flat shoes. Sometimes they'll give you two sets of legs. Since this doll comes with one pair of shoes and they are heeled, she does not get a ankle joint or an additional pair of legs, which is fine because I never use the flat shoes anyway. I pretty much only put them in the heels. Okay, so here are her hands. They're extremely detailed. You can see there's a ring on her hand. That's the one that I just put on there. It's a real ring. It's actually on her finger. It's not like stuck into her finger in any weird way. And then on this hand, she has an additional ring and this bracelet. So beautiful. I'm gonna be real. This might be my favorite Integrity Toys doll I have so far. That's saying a lot because I have a couple in my collection that I'm obsessed with. But sometimes when you want something really bad and you think that you're never gonna have it, and then you end up getting it, sometimes that's enough to be like, yeah, this is my new favorite. But then also on top of that, it's like the reason I wanted her so bad is because she's just very much my style. Now, I know this isn't for everybody. I know a lot of people like just like ready to wear clothing, simple things, relatable things. I don't like relatable doll clothing. I like when the doll's in full drag. That's just my preference. I like when it's not only are they like in drag, but they're doing like their highest drag. So yeah, she's very my style. So this is the cape that comes with her. It's the same exact fabric. It does have a lining as well. Fully lined. It has this collar, this ruffly collar thing. And then this ruffly collar is lined on the back like that. Like the lining itself is really nice. My background in clothing is specifically costuming for theater. I have a degree in costuming. So I don't, I never made like human clothes for people. I made like fake clothes for actors. So for me, when I lined a garment, it was just like find the cheapest fabric you can find and just put it in there. And it was purely just so the outfit like wouldn't fall apart, or, you know, the actor was comfortable or whatever. It didn't matter how nice it was. But at Integrity Toys, they really do, they're creating like couture garments for dolls. So they do care how nice the lining is. Whoop. How many times am I gonna almost drop this $200 doll? I don't hate the contrast when she's wearing this, because when she's wearing this cape, her arms kind of disappear. Let's try them. I'm into it. I'm willing to give them a test run. The way the gloved hands work is it's just a regular doll hand like that, but it's painted the color of the glove, and then it comes with an additional little tube of fabric that kind of finishes off the glove. So we're gonna put that on here real quick and see if we like it better. I was apprehensive about the gloves because I just didn't think they were gonna work very well with the color palette, but I should have trusted. The designers who work on Integrity are far better designers than I have ever been and than I will ever be. So I should have just trusted their design vision. The gloves pop beautifully against this, this golden like champagne color. And they also match her eyes and her eyeshadow. The other problem with these saddle stands is that they're telescoping. So if you're messing with her too much while she's on it, the stand slowly goes down until it's no longer functional at all. Also, I just want to say while I'm doing this, I really appreciate you guys so much for watching. And I really hope that you let me know how you feel about her in the comments. Please be honest. Like, I love when people tell me how they feel about dolls. I love when people tell me how they feel about them. I love when people tell me why they collect dolls. I've had a couple people in the comments talk about like how they started collecting dolls, why they collect dolls. It's so interesting to me. So please feel free to comment those kinds of things all the time. I really love to read them. And I try to respond to everybody's comments. I don't always do it like instantly because sometimes I'm working or, you know, something's going on, but I try to always get to everybody. I don't have like a turntable or anything, but we're gonna use this cardboard box she came in. So this is kind of the final look all put together. What do you guys think of the gloves? I like them. I actually think I like them better. I think they pop really well. I don't know if I just knocked an entire can of sparkling water onto my floor. Be right back. I have this fantasy that I'm like all put together and like and like I'm not gonna drop the doll, I'm not gonna break the doll, I'm not gonna knock 10 things over. And I feel like every time, like every single time, back to what we were saying. So what do you guys think of the gloves? Do you like them? As I almost knocked the can over a second time. I like them. Now, I do think the color balance of my camera is not doing them justice. I think there's a lot more contrast on the actual gloves themselves versus this dress. If you're seeing it in person, part of the downside of having all these green, like colorful lights and everything behind me is it does upset the color balance of some of the dolls I'm trying to show you guys. But it's very subtle too. It's very beautiful. I actually really like it. The gloves actually, can I even get in there? They actually match the color of her eyes and her eyeshadow like perfectly. Like perfectly. Like I don't even know how they did that. I hate saddle stands. I hate saddle stands so much. Okay. The problem with the saddle stand on this doll is this dress is so heavy. Like this doll is heavy and it's because of this gown. So it actually, the saddle stand can barely support the weight of her with the dress. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned these dolls also do have rooted lashes as well. Which is very important to me. I know a lot of people don't care one way or the other with rooted lashes, but to me, it's just those little details that make a doll more valuable and more expensive. And that's what I want to see when I'm paying the money. You know, like I don't mind if like a $30 doll doesn't have rooted lashes, but when a $200 doll doesn't have rooted lashes, it bothers me a little bit. And honestly, that's not uncommon for Barbie. So I just want to show the full volume of the dress. It's so big. It's so big and heavy. So this is her cape. And then the dress is under it. The cape is gorgeous, but it covers so much of the dress that I'm hesitant to keep it on her like this. But this is the back of the cape. And then the back of the dress also has a ton of volume. The cape also kind of has a train. It's very subtle, but there's a bit of a train there. Like, if this was a real garment, this would be heavy as f and very difficult to wear, for sure. Like, she is swimming in this outfit. But also, I think she wears it very well. I think the crown really sells it. Also, her, like, bitchy looking face really sells it as well. I'm so happy about this doll. This is one of those dolls where, like, I know no matter what happens, like, I would have to be, like, destitute, starving to death, about to lose my house, before I would resell this doll. Like, I would literally, she is up there. She is up there. Yeah, she's my favorite. She's my favorite Integrity Toys doll that I have so far. Now, I will say, I have a couple more coming that I pre-ordered a while ago that just haven't shipped yet. So maybe somebody will dethrone her, but like, I don't know. This is hard to compete with. And honestly, Integrity does not do, even Integrity does not do dolls like this very often. I have about, in this shelf right here, I've got 7 Integrity Toys dolls. Only one, as you can see the red one right there, is in like a big gown thing. There's one other that's in like a floor-length dress, but it's not like much of a gown, honestly. The outfit is so heavy that it is kind of, I can't move her around too much without her like shifting, because this outfit is heavy. But that's a good thing. It means that it's made out of really high quality fabrics. It hangs nicely on her as well, so it's not like weighing her down visually, in my opinion. I think it's very beautiful and glamorous, but it is physically weighing her down. All right, I think that's about it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out, and I love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. But I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.